Here we go. Okay, so I was talking in regards to the flat Earth and in regards to the heavens and all that. Let's just the thing is, some flat earthers believe, in regards of this is probably not good. This music in regards of it should be more like background music in regards of some piano play or something like that. Let's just put the same thing on again. That's pretty good. It's do 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 do. It's yeah. Probably could also put some classical music on, and that would probably also be pretty good. Now, of course, my voice is not the best because I'm trying this meat diet and all that, and it just makes the voice a little rough and a little harder to, it's not so fluent. So it gets a little rough and a little dry, maybe a little darker as well, and it needs a little more force to actually get the words out. So, anyway, so we're talking about this, one of the flat earthers' idea is that it was like, can I make a quick, let's go back here, boys, handwritten memo. So the idea of the flat earthers was that the earth was flat and you had like a dome above it, which pretty much is invalid, and even before this idea took off, this one of these popular Dawkins had an interview with a Jew, and the Jews are having their children in their own schools and all that, and he was asking in regards to this, and the interviews can be easily, not easily, but it's out there on the internet. And when he talks to this Jew, the Jews say, and this is before it was becoming popular in regards of the flat Earth and all that. And he's saying, well, when you were running around, the Jews saying, when you were running around thinking the Earth was flat, we knew it was round. So, and it was like, of course, then the flat Earth came, and the belief or the falsehood and all that. But anyway, that's the problem. Also is this model just doesn't work. If you take the star program that I showed in the other video, you have two spots. You have two spots where you have the stars and going in regards of one spot here and down one spot here, and just go. You have two spots, and you can only see some of the stars down here. You have like a. And yeah, well, maybe I could. Oh, I can take it down here. So you have one center down here, and you have a center down here, the North Star. If this is up, this is down, and we're following in regard to the Bible why it's up and why it's down and so forth. So you have two spots where the Earth, where you can see the stars go around like this, Or let's see if it's actually, because it's the opposite or it looks like the opposite direction. So how would that be? I'm actually not sure if the pen would go this way or that way. But anyway, just in any case, pretty much works with the world view that it's round. So the flat Earth idea was. That there's like this dome, and it's solid apparently. They believe it's solid up here, and apparently the stars, as I understand it, are up there, and the sun and moon and whatever. But it's solid. But the problem is that this thing that they think is a solid thing up here is actually in the Hebrew Rakia. And this Rakia is called Hashemayim, it's called Shamayim. And in Hebrew, if you say Hashemayim, that would be the heavens. So that would be the heavens. Anyway, it's just, you get the point. So Shamayim is plural for heaven, so it's heavens, and this is what the Rakia is called. Now the birds, the birds that are made from the water, I think the fishes and the birds, I think, came from the waters, if I remember correctly in regards to the Bible. But the birds are flying in the heavens, and they are flying in the faces of the heavens. And faces, in regards to the Bible, is, in regards of, we know where the bird's flying, right? And the birds are flying not in some solid thing, they're flying in space, which maybe in regards to the Rakia in Hebrew, maybe it could be translated as space, because God is dividing the waters, and water is not pretty much, it's not space for us anyway. So maybe Rakia could be translated as space. I think it seems it could be a possibility. And the space is called the heavens, and you have the heavens where the birds fly, and the heavens, in some sense, the same, but still different, where the moon and the sun and the stars are in. So that's up here. But you don't have this solid model, because the birds are flying in the heavens, and they're flying in the faces of the heavens, and the faces of the heavens are the beginning of the heaven, or the beginning of the heavens. Okay, that's the best that I can see from reading the scriptures. Like when we are standing here down here on the earth. Now, of course, it would be round and all that, so it would be round. But when we are standing on earth down here, this is the faces of the earth. The land that we are standing on is it's the surface, is the beginning of. There's a lot of dirt down here, but we are standing on the faces of the earth. There's something in regards to that, in regards to the Bible as well. So the birds are flying on the faces of the heavens, and maybe I should take another color. Let's take orange for birds. So the birds are flying up here in the blue heaven. I'm not sure. Can we make it some blue? Yeah, let's take some blue here. Oops, just two. Here we have the heaven. Oh, this works pretty good. So here we have the heaven, and then we have the space out there. And the birds, those are the yellow one. The birds are flying. Oh, flying here. Yep, pretty good. Flying here, flying here, flying here, flying here. Okay, and that's the faces. The faces of the heavens. So this is just the beginning of the heavens. That would infer that there is more heaven. And we know there's more because, we have the sun. Let's see if we can find maybe a yellow, and a little more data. So we have a sun up here. Doesn't work. Did I pretty much? Oh, transparency. Yep. Did the opposite. So we have a sun here, and we have a moon. Let's see what we can make a black thing here. Yep. And then we get a moon. There we go. Whoopsie. Have a moon here, and then of course we have some stars. I should probably have made it all black from the beginning, so I could make some stars and all that. But then of course we know, we have the stars and all that around here. That's just terrible drawing. But we have the stars out there, and they are part of the Rakia in Hebrew. They are part of the space. They are of the heavens. But of course we know the faces of the heavens are down in regards of where the birds fly. So that's just, as I see it, and it seems to be the beginning of the heavens. And we know, again. So let's go to the scriptures. My Sword Bible, perfect program, or pretty much the best program that I know to the Android phone. So we have the HAISB version here. We have the Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim et haaretz. Now, this version, this Genesis 1:1, or actually Genesis, the first chapter of the Bible, or the first book of Moses, including, because, in regards of stopping the chapters and all that, they pretty much fail. So the chapter actually ends at Let's see. Here we go. It actually ends there. So this is actually the first chapter. It ends at Genesis 2:3. And it's terrible how anyone could actually make these. Some of the when you read the Bible, just be aware that it's not always put correctly in regards of the chapters or the just be aware of that. It doesn't end with the sixth day. It ends with the seventh day, and and then it finish and his work on the seventh day and so forth, and it ends right here. Let's see. Ve'varek Elohim et yom hashvi'i va'kadesh oto ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asod. So I'm not that good at Hebrew, but you can read the English as well, and the English can help in regards of But anyway, so here it actually ends, and in the Hebrew apparently there's a pay. And that pretty much fits it, because when it goes to chapter 4, it says, Ele toldot, these are the generations, Hashemayim, of the heavens. Now we have the heavens, and you see it's plural, it is plural. Veha'aretz, of the earth, Behi Baream, when they were created in the day, Asod, apparently made. There's two words, asa, there's two words where they are used for made and created, and pretty much seemingly used for, this, same thing that he made, God made, or God created, and so forth. And Yehovah, Elohim, Yehovah, the gods, that's the plural form, but normally it's translated only as God. I think it's a false doctrine of the Jews that we apparently have taken on us, like, translating Jehovah to the Lord, which is a false translation. So again, this word Elohim, which is translated as God, is actually Elohim, the plural form of God, or mighty ones. Some translate it as mighty ones. And the earth and the heavens, Vishamayim. Ve is and Shamayim is the heavens. So at least I translated it correctly here in regards of the plural. But anyway, plural. Yeah, there we go. But anyway, let's go back to the Genesis 1:1. But the first chapter of the Bible is so immensely important, people. If you haven't read Genesis 1, or the first chapter, and you can use, in the Hebrew, you can use so much time. You can also go to the King James Version, for example. You have the strong numbers as well. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and you can look at the strong numbers and see, Reshit. So first beginning, also I think it goes back to the root of Rosh, in regards of head. So you have you have the face, and you have the head, and then you have the body, and so forth. It's just, so it's like in the beginning, it's like the front face, in some sense. It's the head, the beginning. Anyway, Elohim, again translated as singular, but actually is plural. You can also probably, see plural. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. Or probably mighty ones, but again, all gods, gods. They translated gods actually, but then they go plural intensive, singular meaning God, goddess, godlike. Again, I'm not that, I'm not a, what do you call it? I still have a lot of to learn in regards of Hebrew, but I think it makes pretty much sense in regards of the plural form and the plural, and then the Jew will say, well, in regards of, what about singular? Because I talk with some Jews, I always tend to go back to these Jews confrontations, and I don't really want I don't really want the confrontations, but apparently, you have this so-called rabbi, what is he called, Tovia, and always end up in his, But anyway, you see here in 26, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, It's like, okay, we have God, which is actually the plural form. So it might actually better be translated as the gods said, let us make man in our image after our likeness and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl and so forth. And then then they will say, well, down here, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Now it goes from the plural to singular, but again, God is one, but he's not absolute singular, he's plural singular. He's not like the false god of Allah. So anyway, so I think we should just take it as it is. There's the Son, the Father, and the Spirit, and so forth. I think it's pretty much, of course, the Jews will say, he's talking to the angels. Oh, okay. I don't think so. I think he's talking to, you see it all over, in regards of the plurality, where you have this, you have Jehovah, the Word, working with Jehovah. So both of them being Jehovah, but they're working together. For example, Jehovah comes to Abraham, and then Jehovah goes to the city to destroy them, and Jehovah, it seems to be, being on earth, let it rain fire and brimstone from Jehovah in heaven down on the cities and so forth. And you see them working together, and there's many things in regards to that. Anyway, so this is a good thing to know, because we have been so brainwashed in regards of pagan evolution ideas of millions and billions of years and so forth. And it goes back to India, actually. You can find, I sadly don't have that lecture. That was one of these clever guys having a lecture. And he was like a slim guy, I think with glasses or something like that. He had a lecture on this in regards of where it actually comes from, and going to the Greeks and let's see. I've lost. It's not easy to remember all the things, but it comes from India going to the Greeks, and I think some of the Romans also picked up on it. And in any case, it ends up with Darwin later on making it popular in the West, but it's actually just an old idea long before Darwin ever came about and made it popular. But anyway, just But anyway, so we have. Let's go back to the Hebrew. It's not the best tool, but it's very good, I think. It's not. It's not perfect. There's some issues here and there, but it's free, and we like free, right? And I think it's good to have it free and all that. So let's see if we can find the Rakia someplace. So on the first day, let's see. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, created the gods. It's like the point to what he created, Hashemayim, the heavens, and ve'et, again, and it again, and the and vert is and the earth, haaretz, and ha is the, aretz is the earth. And I still need to, they translated land and earth. I still think that we have the possibility to actually make better translations today. But anyway, because sometimes when you have the King James Version, you have your one word of Hebrew, or, and it translates to different things. It just doesn't make it easier, Not saying you cannot learn a lot by reading the King James. Of course you can. But it's just some issues where I'm thinking, well, if you have like actually many, you could probably, let's see if we can take some darkness maybe. Let's see if we have, strong definition. Do we have something in regards of, it usually talks, maybe I need to go to the King James Version for that. Let's see. Let's just say something. Let's take that one. No, maybe I need to, strong slide, strong. Let's try that one. It should have like what, no, that's, sometimes it has, here we go. Here you see where this is not that, there you have other words, but just principle, where you see, okay, this is translated off the waters, pretty much translated as the waters, so there's no problem here, it seems, because there can be some grammar in regards in the word itself, so it's, so that's not a problem. So it seems pretty good. But other words are like where they translate them in where you're thinking, why wouldn't they just translate this one word as, into English as one word instead of all these, many words. So anyway, let's see, firmament. Here we have firmament. Rakia. Rakia. And if we want to see in the Hebrew, we go to the SAC, we see Rakia. So Rakia. I'm not sure why they wouldn't actually have made those things on the other version here, but anyway. So let's go back. And God called the light day, and darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day, Yom Echad, if I'm not mistaken, in regards of the Hebrew. Now they've changed a little here in regards of, it seems. But anyway, I think. And God said, let there be a firmament. So here he creates the firmament in the midst of the water. If that's Bain, I think, no, that's Tavik. Now the thing is with these programs, when you see something, you say H8432. I'm not sure why you can actually I'm not sure you can actually just search if you, no, I haven't found, sadly. I'm not sure if there's some way to get it, but it would be nice to just push it and actually make a search. But you have to remember it. So 8432, 8432. It's not easy to remember with my brain, So here we have 8432, and you can then see how they translated it. God amongst the trees, within, mist, within, mist, and just a way to look up words. For example, if you want to see how the word acts out other places, and you can go back to the Hebrew as well. You can even go to the Greek to see how they translated the word, and you can use that information and all that, and also the Aramaic. But I do have some Aramaic tools, but I think I also have the Dead Sea Scrolls in it. I'm not sure. No, I have more Bible versions here. I've just turned them off. So, but the FCAB Torah only is the Aramaic. ABP is the Greek. The HISB is the Hebrew. The King James is just English with Strongs, concordance. And TS 2009 is probably the best English version, or at least very, that's one of my primary. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It has its issues as well, but it's pretty good. And you can use all these tools. I thought I had something in regards to the Dead Sea Scrolls. Maybe I don't. But of course, you can get tools if you have the money. Can be pretty expensive, and I'm just running free in some sense. Some of the, some things I really like to want, if you want to get deeper in the text and all that, and the Dead Sea Scrolls and all these things and all that. But it just cost a lot of money, that's for sure. But should then also be better in regards to not having, having issues in some sense. Uh-oh, we are running low. That's not good. So I have to stop here. It looks like. That was sad. It seems to still record, but apparently I'm getting close to being low. Apparently, that's not good. Anyway, let's just continue and see how long it will. Do I need to make a number 2 or something like that? Delete some space, and maybe I need to do that. Recording in progress. Let's stop it. I'll come back.